We got a chance. I say this again. You look at X and Ryan and Terrence and O'Ryan and Bert. They've all been here 3 years. It's not startup like it was 3 years ago. And I think they're all very athletically. And we got a freshman, Chance Waz, that's come in. It looks like he's going to contribute.
Yeah.
Tayon's done some good things. He's got a little bit of a strain right now, and that's why he wasn't opening up. Al Pullum's done a good job, so I expect us to get better.
Is Chance at safety, or where's he?
He's safety.
Safety.
Cover safety.
What is it? What are you looking? I mean, was that expected? I mean, was that a guy
I sort of thought that. I thought he was a player. He was by far the best player on their team, and he was heads up. He directed things. He's one of those guys, a lot like Terrell Burt. Not much phases him.
Yeah.
He takes hard coaching. He gets a sense of urgency, and he has things you don't coach. He has vision back there. Like if you saw his interception here on
nice break.
It was a great break. He's got really nice anticipation, and surprisingly, he's more physical than I ever thought he was.
For Kedrick and JB, Jordan Blake, what do you think?
They're a little bit overwhelmed, more so. Which against our receivers, it's different. Against our guys and our tempo, but both of them are talented.
Looked like your line was getting a good push. Is that what you were hoping for those guys?
Yeah. I think we play. Like I said, I think our goal is simple. We talk about is for our offense every day to face the best defense, and us be the best offense. So I think the work what we do together is invaluable.
Do you get tired of defending Colin Brents?
Defending, I don't have to defend Colin Brents. I mean, just as I've told people. I mean, if you look at my history, I play guys. I've played players. He's a football player,
right?
And the good thing about it, Pat Levels and Trey. There's going to be some good competition there. I'm from where we didn't have much in the spring. I'm very excited about where we are right now.
You were wanting to see more out of Raquan. What are you seeing from him?
He's gotten better, but I'll tell you something. Right now, it's a nice battle with Avion and Taylor.
Okay.
It is nip and tuck, and Grant Campbell has come. It's obvious.
Yeah.
You always see that big jump from the first semester they're here to the second, and watching Grant come in and play now compared to spring reminds me of Eddie Lackey. Because Eddie came here and he was just spinning, and then now it's slowed down for him.
Is Grant at that weak side spot?
Right now he's a backup Mike, but he could play either one of them.
Okay.
When we break on Monday, we're going to sit down and evaluate, and then sort of pick our best spots in there.
Okay. It's just 4 days in, but is it coming together kind of the way you wanted to?
Like I said, I'm not a guy. I'm not going to sit there and boast, but I expect us to be better than we were. I like our kids. I like the way they work, and they're committed to what we're doing. And I really feel like if we can stay healthy, we can be, a really, really good defense.
Xavion one-on-one.
Pretty good player.
Cover guy.
He's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player and a great kid. What I like too, I'm a chemistry guy. I thought last year we had good chemistry. We had kids who took coaching, and they knew, hey, for us to win, we got to be together. And I see us starting to develop that. Having Bryce back. Orion Stewart has grown up. It's fun to see Orion go out there, and when I'm getting on a kid, maybe the kid gets out, Orion goes over and hugs him up, and that's so much easier than me having to chase him down.
Right. Phil, do you kind of look at this as with this young secondary going against this talented wide receiver that kind of helps them grow up a little bit faster?
No question. We go against the best offense in the country every day. I tell our kids this. I said, our goal is to be the best defense they face every year. Every day, to be the best defense. If we do that, then the sky's the limit. Obviously you got to have some breaks, and you got to have some luck along the way. But our competition. If you watch the way we practice against each other and how many snaps we get in, I have friends of mine that coach all around the country that come here in the spring. I tell them about how many snaps, how we practice. They don't believe me. When they leave, they're flabbergasted. They say, "How do you kids do it?" And I say 2 words: Kaz Kazadi.
How much of an adjustment was that for you, though? Because
I'm going to tell you something. I've told you this before. To get the right formula to be successful with what we do on offense, it took me some time. I'm not going to sit there and say I had it figured out. I didn't, because we teach different now. We try to play more guys. And my thought process, I don't worry about total yards.
Yeah.
I worry yards per snap, takeaways, 3 and outs. Those are the things. Obviously, scoring defense, but we're going to play 85, 90 snaps a game. If we're scoring, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, you got to play a lot of guys to do that. And last year, yards per snap, we were 4th or 5th in the country, which is huge. The average fan doesn't realize that. We were one of 3 teams that were under 50% completion rate against us. If you're doing that, you're going to win a lot of games.
Even the tempo, though, and trying to get guys in and out, is that something you had to adjust to?
I still have to do that.
Art, slow it down.
I tell him, we do such a good job on offense that I can coach. I told a friend of mine, if they score 52 a game, I can hold them 49. I think. I didn't in the bowl game. But there's always a breaker. But no, it's good for us.
Yeah.
And when we play up tempo, last year against Tech, they really didn't face us.
Right.
And our kids, to me, it's the challenge of it. It's different. It's not the old, but Lord, did I go from one extreme to another with running the power every way we could run it and running every second off the clock at Pittsburgh to this. But it's been a lot of fun, and what makes it fun is the kids. This is just a blessing to get to do it.
Bryce back and healthy in the middle.
Yes.
What does that mean to have a senior back like that?
Just his presence.
Yeah.
And just what he does. Great players bring out the best of everybody. And if you're playing with Bryce Hager, you don't want to disappoint him. And so if you're Avion Edwards, you're Taylor Young, you got a standard to hold. And I think that's pretty neat right now.
Maybe you've answered this, but is Javonte, is he a tackle? Is he an end? Is he both?
He's anything he needs to be. He's playing both.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing both. We're going to find him. He is our first guy. He's a first team guy, and we feel like he could play either side.
Okay.
We have a speed team that we use him, but speed could be first down. Yeah, that's how good he is. And it's fun. I'll tell you about a great story. You're talking about patience. It's just the way Art handled him, and you see him now and see him smile and doing good in school. Everything's about now. It's did he leave? Yeah, all these kids have issues, and right now he's here for the right reasons, which excites me.
Phil, do you get excited about the stadium? I know it's just a building
absolutely.
or whatever.
I've told Ian many times. There's so many, to watch this thing transpire. All I have to do is go back and think that first year I was here, that summer. We didn't even know if we were going to be included in the top. Everybody thought the Big 12 was disintegrating. The language of what the Super Conference was going to be. Nobody knew where we were, and what our people have done to get this place committed. And I say this again, I had a bunch of coaches come through this spring. They could not believe this setup. They could not believe it. Baylor is the best kept, used to be the best kept secret in America. The things that we have been afforded here are second to none. First class in everything we do.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.